okay, it's cool. They don't want to show it up right. It's okay. We gonna work with that. How about that? We gonna work with that because the first one didn't want to work out right, but it's okay. It's all good. So I am Jazzy Gems, and welcome to Spiritual Situation. Yep, because it's a spiritual situation. It's where you find yourself. We do knowledge of self. We do healing. It's an experience. So if you haven't subscribed to the channel, subscribe to the channel, hit the like button, share, you know, gratitude. So, the live is actually called It Is Your Time. It is your time. So, what do I mean by it is your time? Time is of an essence, is what people say, but what does that really mean? This is what it means. When you came into this world, you came into this world on your own time. You came out when you were ready. Whether you came early, whether you came late, whether you was scheduled on arrival, it was still your time. It wasn't your friend's time. It wasn't your aunt's time. It wasn't your uncle's time. It was people that was outside the womb that couldn't wait to see your face. It was people that couldn't wait to see what you look like, couldn't wait to see what your personality was like. But at the end of the day, they had to be patient and wait because you could not arrive until it was your time. Hey! So with your time, this is it. This is the thing with your time. I'm gonna tell you a story, a true story, because that's what I do. So true story. Um, how I'm aware. Hey, keep it down, please. Okay, so your experience. I'm aware that I came into this universe for an experience. And the fact I came here for an experience, I came here to experience life and live life abundantly, right? So, in order to discover what living life abundantly is, one must go on a journey. So, like on the journey, of course, the Wizard of Oz is here, and that's a journey. You have to go down the yellow brick road. You meet different people on this journey, and the thing about the journey, you gotta enjoy the journey. Everybody' journey is different. Now, I'm gonna tell you something that I learned from experience. I was not aware. I wasn't fully present in my journey. And the reason I wasn't fully present in my journey is because I was looking at my journey through other people's eyes. Where people around me, I had to make this decision, that decision, or I may have did this or I may have done that. Because in life is about trial and error. Life is about, you live and you learn. You make mistakes. You mess up. You go the wrong way. You do things backwards. This is life. And when you have people around you that are constantly keeping you under a magnifying glass, people that are judging your every move, people that are gossiping and whispering, and people that are, you could feel that, when you walk in the room, you can feel that you being judged. You can feel that people looking at you sideways, people feel some type of way about you making this decision or you making that decision. And those emotions that you start feeling from being worried about what people think about you messing up, or you don't want people to think you're not perfect, or like I'm a hairstylist, and hairstyling is a skill. A skill has to be built up over time. A skill has to be mastered. A skill has to be perfected. Nobody just the very first time they do a hairstyle just nail it, and the hairstyle is, you have to perfect that. You have to actually work at that and make that a craft, and craft and hone in on that to where that craft become strong, that skill set becomes strong, and then you become valuable in that skill. And me not understanding that is a process, me not understanding that is a journey, me not understanding that people don't start out at the top, because most people show you their success from the top. And because these people show you their success from the top, it kind of intimidates you on failing, on making mistakes, on doing things wrong, on not knowing what to do or not knowing how to do it, because you don't really see people show you their trials and errors. You don't see people show you the obstacles that they have to face. You don't see people show you that they are human like you are. You don't really see people that's in positions to show people what's going on. You don't see them going through their emotions. But yet, it is a process in order to get to the top. You can't, nobody just starts off at the top. Now, me being a hairstylist, I had to learn and develop skills as a hairstylist. So, years ago, when I did my skills were undeveloped, I was not the best at doing these different hairstyles because I hadn't perfected my craft. I hadn't found my niche. I hadn't found what I'm good at, because everybody has something that they're really good at. Greetings, greetings. And I didn't realize that was a journey too, because when you got trauma going on, you're unhealed. You don't know that you need to heal. You know, you being a people pleaser. You know, you want to make everybody happy. You don't want nobody to be mad at you. You don't want nobody to be angry with you. You want to be, that's what you think being a good person is. Meanwhile, people taking advantage of you, taking you up top. You don't know that yet, though. You know what I'm saying? Because it's a journey, right? So, I'm learning. Okay, so being a hairstylist, I had to work that skill up. So, I had people that didn't like their hair. So like when I first started cutting hair, because my niche is cutting hair, I'm really good at cutting hair. But when I first started cutting hair, I would cut people hair too short. And some people would freak out. Some people would go off. Some people, you could feel it that they don't like their hair. And if you unhealed and you already feel like you not good enough, you not worthy, and you got all this broken stuff going on, this person not liking their hair just triggered your emotional trauma. You see what I'm saying? Even though this person got a right not to like their hair, but you as a person are unhealed, so you don't know how to handle the fact that they don't like their hair. So a lot of people will stop doing hair or whatever the occupation is. A lot of people will give up. A lot of people, they get discouraged and they give up. But if you get back on the bike and keep riding, you just keep working at it. Cause I had days where the guard came off. The guard came off the clipper. And when the guard came off the clipper, I cut the man hair bald. I wanted to just go find something else to do. I thought maybe this ain't for me. I cut people bobs crooked. One side was short, one side was long. But it was the person that went off on me that told me, you don't know how to cut hair and this side long and this side short. That's what made me start perfecting my craft to where I was able to make it even. It was the person who hair I cut too short that made me do a thorough consultation and make sure I'm aware how short do you want it. Do you want it? I even learned the fractions that was on the clippers. You want me to take 1/8 of an inch off? You want me to do? I started communicating. But there was growth and development because I kept going at my craft, right? So I'm telling you that because I want you to understand that you have to build anything up within yourself. You got to start at the bottom and you got to build yourself up. And you cannot be afraid to make mistakes. You cannot be afraid because them mistakes is what's going to make you better. Them mistakes is where you going to find where you really good at some things. Them mistakes is opportunities to come back better. You understand what I'm telling you? So, but it's hard to make mistakes when you have a bunch of people around you that make you feel some type of way for making a mistake. Hold on, let me check on something because I know I'm not tripping. Oh, okay. I thought that door was open. I was about to say. Okay. So, when you have a bunch of people around you, because that's another part of what I'm going to tell you. I had a lot of people around me at the time that, you are what you attract. So, and once again, when you are unhealed, it be you. It's how you internalize things. You know, it's how you feel. It's your side of the story. You know what I'm saying? So when you okay, I was around a lot of people that I was afraid to make mistakes. Because I didn't want people to talk about me. You know, I didn't want people to say, she can't cut hair, her haircut's crooked. I didn't want people saying, she cutting people hair too short, she leaving people hair too long. I didn't want, nobody wants their reputation tarnished. Nobody wants people talking bad about them. Nobody wants to go through that part. You get what I'm saying? But when you separate yourself and allow yourself to grow, that is where you can start seeing things for what it really is. Because I remember when I first started creating this content, I'm transitioning over from here, and I'm stepping into my calling. Cause this content that I create is a calling. It's a ministry. These are real life experiences. These are things that I really been through. I've been through a lot of things for a reason. It's purpose. And me creating this content is purpose. I help heal people all the time. Not heal them, but help them on their healing journey. So I took for granted what I was doing. Why? Because I was looking at it through other people's eyes. And when I say other people eyes, I mean literally other people, whether I know them personally or not, other people. Because every time I make a video, somebody that know me personally be thinking I'm talking about them. And that's crazy because I can't even speak my mind without people thinking I'm talking about them. And I'm just speaking. That's what I'm talking about. That stuff that be internal, that type stuff. So as on my journey doing this content, people are saying that I go live. People are saying, you know, will you just be on the internet all day? People not saying it's a ministry. People not looking at it through, I supposed to look at it through my eyes and know it's a ministry. But I'm looking at it through other people's eyes and they telling me it's a live. It's not a live, it's a ministry. I'm utilizing social media for my ministry. That's what I'm doing. But I had to go straighten myself out and get focused on what I got going on, right? Because I was looking at myself through other people's eyes because I didn't keep focused on it's my time, right? Because that's what the live about. It's your time. It's about you getting on your own time and then not being on other people's time because other people may want best for you. Other people may want good things for you, but you have to answer your calling. Your steps being ordered by the ancestor. You got to take them steps that they want you to take. You got to go through what they want you to go through no matter what other people think. So I'm doing this social media content. While I'm doing the social media content, I start going through stuff in my personal life, of course, because this is spiritual work. So, of course, yeah, it'll start going down, right? So you think it's going down. Because you don't realize that stuff is working in your favor. Because you got to remember, we walk by faith, not by sight. So even though it looked like your life falling apart, your life really coming together. You get what I'm saying? Because what was built upon what was just built up, slapped up, you just threw anything together and called it a life, that has to come down to where you actually building a life with purpose, to where you actually building a life where you know where you stand, you know what everything is that you build, and you building with intention, you building with love, you building with kindness, you building with compassion. See, now you building a different type of house. And they gotta take you through some things in order for you to develop those materials. Cause when I when I first started making the content, I went through being homeless. I had never been homeless. And when I say I was homeless, I had to go stay with a relative. But still, I had never had to do that since I had children, 20 years. That was different for me. I'm sleeping on somebody's couch, I got to put my stuff in storage, and then I'm starting to have friction in the household that I'm in. So it's getting to the point, it's getting uncomfortable. I got to hurry up and get up out of there. It's toxic. All type of memories coming back, flashback triggers. It's getting real serious. So then I had to go through some things with that. Um, but those things that I was going through, it was stirring up things that were already in me that I wasn't aware that I needed to heal. And so if I hadn't went through that situation, I never would have healed those things that came out. So everything happened for a reason. Because at the time, you couldn't have told me that, you know. So I go through that process. So I get, as I'm in this toxic situation, you know, I got my children. I'm just I gotta get out of this situation. I don't know what I'm gonna do. My back against the wall. I don't know what I'm gonna do. I'm gonna just go back to doing hair. I'm not about to go live. I'm not about to do this stuff no more. I'm just about to worry about me and mine. I'm going through that, right? So, y'all, I get a phone call from a subsidized housing place. So, look at the ancestors. You feel me? But me, so because they provide a way out of no way. They come when they need to. When it's time. Because it got to the point it was time, and look at them. So I get I get into the housing program or whatever, and um people that's around me making me feel some type of way about where I'm moving to, because it's not a nice neighborhood. But they has a place for me. They had a place for me to move into. And so I moved into it. And I started to become ashamed. I was ashamed to tell people where I live at. I was ashamed to tell people, you know, because I still can do hair, but I'm ashamed to have people come to my house. Not because my house looked bad, but because of where I live at. Because people that was around me was judging me. And I felt some type of way because I was looking at my situation through their eyes. So I'm over here. I done went into a deep depression. Why? Because I'm looking at myself through other people's eyes. You know, people telling me, hey, I seen so and so and I told them where you live at, and they said, why you live there? And hey, me and such was talking the other day, and I had told them that like people is coming telling me this. Like, bro, why is everybody having conversations with other people about where I live? Like, why is this a problem? So I really went through something with that, and I like felt some type of way about myself. I did. I was really disturbed, and it's like this is an opportunity because it's affordable. It's an opportunity for me to get on my feet. It's an opportunity for me to get my business off the ground. It's an opportunity for me to create this content, go full in and do what I got to do. It's an opportunity that the ancestors provided for me to do the work that they want me to do. But I can't do it because I'm looking at my vision through other people's eyes. I'm looking at my blueprint through other people's eyes. The blueprint upside down and everything, but I'm looking at it through other people's eyes. So what I'm telling you is, you got to stop looking at yourself through other people's eyes. You have got to start looking at your circumstances for what they are, because your circumstances can be something that is to help you in order to be better. You can't worry about what people say and what people think. It's a lot of people that's looking down on me because I'm not going to lie to you. Before I moved here, I looked down on the people that lived in this community. I did. I thought I was better than these people. I did. I thought I made more money than them. I thought I was more educated than them, you know. And then when the spirit humbled me, because they humbled me. Because one thing I had to learn, and when they humbled me, they isolated me too. I went through isolation. And now I don't have anybody around me. But now I could truly, truly hear from the spirit without interference. I don't have anybody judging this ministry because the spirit putting me in a position and taking me in places that other people can't go. Do you understand that? It's your time. You got to focus on your time. You can't worry about other people's time. Some people think that you should be further along in your journey because people, I create content. So I see people and people are like, you don't got no car? You don't got this? Because my car got stole. You feel me? Stole. Like I've never had a car get stole in my life. Like I went outside my car. I parked my car on Thursday. Friday morning my car was gone. Stole. Gone. No car. Had to put a police report in, all that. Like, you feel me? Once again, went into a depression. Why? Because I'm so used to coming and going. I'm so used to being independent. I'm so used to being able to do what I need to do when I need to do it. But then the spirit put me in a position where I can't move like that. Why? Cause the spirit need me to. I got work to do. I got some isolation to do. I got some thinking to do. I got some healing to do. I got some realization to see. It's a reason I'm going through this. I ain't going through this for nothing. It's something gonna come out of this too. Just like when I was homeless and I was, something came out of that. Now I'm carless. Something gonna come out of that. Whatever else I go through, something gonna come out of that. I know that now, cause faith without works is dead. You gotta know this. This stuff happens for reasons. These be purpose, people. And no, people around you not gonna understand your purpose. It's not their purpose, it's yours. Your purpose is your purpose, and your purpose is to be done on your time. Everybody got a time for something. They say that in Ecclesiastic chapter 3. It's a time for everything. It's a time to dance. It's a time to refrain from dancing. It's a time to mourn. It's a time to refrain from mourning. It's a time to be happy. It's a time to be sad. It's a time to cry. It's a time to laugh. And you got to think everything that you do in your life is based off of your biological clock, which is your time. You cannot be running your life off other people's timing, bro. That's the lesson I learned. Because I almost missed out on my blessing. Why? Because I'm too busy worried about what people think instead of taking advantage of my opportunity. Then, when I do get on social media, I got the opportunity to really connect to a lot of people. I have an opportunity to set up classes, set up healing programs. I have opportunities to set up yoga classes. I have opportunities. I have so many opportunities to help build a community up and help people heal. And they put me in a position to do that. But if I'm looking at my vision upside down through somebody else's eyes, then I'm blind to my own vision. I'm blind to my own success. I'm blind to what my own growth. And that's something that I want you to realize. It's your time. When I say it's your time, stay focused on your time. Yes, people see me on social media and they think I should have all this money. Let me explain something to you about social media. Social media is just like any other profession that you work in. You have to start at the entry level. Once you start at the entry level, honey, you have no experience. So you're not getting ready to make the top dollar. Do you understand that, people? You're not coming into creating content, making top dollar. You understand that? You're not. People don't know who you are. People people passing your stuff up. People not sharing. People not liking. People not hearting. People not watching. You might get 2 or 3 views. I'm talking about this goes on for weeks and months. A lot of people would get discouraged, right? You gotta really have this in you if you gonna do this. Like this ain't for the weak. This ain't for somebody that just really don't got this in it, right? This gotta be your purpose. You feel me? Okay, so coming into the social media. When you first come into the social media is first of all, when you are on YouTube, you have to get 1,000 subscribers on YouTube just for them to monetize your channel. Do you know how long it takes you to get a thousand 1,000 subscribers? That 1,000 people. It's not that easy. You would think it's easy. It's not that easy. It's not. It requires a lot of work. So I was putting that work in, getting up every day, making these videos, showing up every morning. I was doing readings. I was reading books. I was being creative. Like, hey, on Thursdays we gonna read this book. I even did the chakra of the day. I went. I've been doing this for 6 years, so I did a lot of different type of things to stay creative with the ministry. We're bringing forth this knowledge. We're introducing people to books, introducing people to culture, introducing people to their heritage. And all the while I'm doing this, I'm working really, really hard, but it's not physical money that you get out of this. It's not. Not in the beginning. Cause you're not doing it for the money. You doing it because it's your purpose. You doing it because of you were led to do it. You doing it because it's a calling. But then you got people that don't realize you got a calling on your life. People that don't realize all that stuff you went through was your purpose. People that don't even respect your vision that the ancestors gave you because they can't see it. It's not their vision. They can't see it. So I had people telling me you should do something else because maybe that ain't working for you. You've been doing it this long. You don't got no mansion. You know, I don't got no physical stuff that they can see. You see what I'm saying? So people starting to say that now. Because people like you've been doing it this long. You should have this. You see what I'm talking about? Now people want me to get on their time. This don't got nothing to do with my biological time because you got to think the ancestors have you go through different things before they unlock different levels to you. You can't just go unlocking levels on your own initiative. That's how chaos happens. But when your steps have been ordered by the ancestors, you gonna do what they want you to do. You gonna move when they want you to move. Why? Because you're on their time. Then you okay, so with that being said, I'm so glad that I got on the ancestors' time. I'm so glad because now I realize I'm exactly where I need to be. And the fact that I'm exactly where I need to be, I could start appreciating where I am. Because at first, I didn't like where I was at. And I had to really sit down with myself and ask myself, why don't you like your life? Why do you hate your life? Why do you why do you hate cleaning up? Why do you hate living here? Why do you hate? Because you know when you hate where you at, you hate it. You don't want to decorate. You don't want to. You hate it. You know you just you want to sleep all day. You don't want to look at it. You just don't want to be there. You hate it. I start hating where I live at. And when I started hating where I live at, I was hating my home. When I was hating my home, I wasn't present in the home. Why? Because I was hating it because of other people felt some type of way. So once I got that out, now I'm able to love it. Now I'm able to make it work. Now I'm able to make it comfortable. Now I'm able to change my mind. Because once you start enjoying where you at and you at peace where you at, and once you start creating, a different type of patience, and you start creating different types of energies in yourself. Why? Because you changed your mind. So now I'm starting to attract different energies. Now different things are starting to happen for me because I shifted my mindset. So now I'm looking at it. Now I'm enjoying where I'm at. Now I'm able to enjoy my journey because now I don't have nobody standing around judging my journey. I don't have nobody standing around judging my mistakes. I don't have nobody making me feel bad about something I ain't know or something I did wrong or if I went the wrong way. You know, that's a real big part of growth and development and loving yourself. Very, very big part. Why? Because now you can focus on your vision. You can focus on all them things that you wanted to do. Now you can write down a list of everything that you ever wanted to do in your life and go start getting that shit done. Why? Because you ain't got nobody judging you. You ain't got to explain to nobody what you want to do. You ain't got to have nobody, you know, comb through it with a fine tooth comb and tell you ain't good enough to do it. You know all that stuff that come with it that you learn on the way. Once you cut that off, man, you can actually grow, bro. I'm telling you. You could actually really, really grow, thrive, and really get yourself like, I'm able to heal myself. Like, I'm able to actually write down stuff that I don't like about myself and actually work on healing it. Like, solving problems. Like, I'm in a different space where I could do that. Because now I'm not focused on judgment. I'm not focused on being ashamed. I'm not focused on who gonna say this and who gonna. I'm focused on how could I change this about myself. I'm focused on how could I work on this? How could I work on that? How could I incorporate something to solve this problem? This over here is a problem. How could I eliminate this being a problem? And it feels good. It feel good to actually work on yourself and heal yourself. It really feel good to go back into your past, your childhood, and realize some of the things that needed to be corrected when you was a child, and you are able to correct those things in yourself, gentle parent yourself. You are able to forgive your parents. You're able to forgive people. Why? Because you actually going within yourself, taking the broken parts of yourself and you making them whole. Why? Because you actually can focus on yourself because it's your time. You don't got nobody distracting you from you focusing on you. You don't have nobody judging you. Nobody sitting around laughing, pointing out what you did wrong, making you feel bad, making you feel worse. You have to think about that because people got to go heal. The more you start healing yourself, you will understand unhealed people. And that's what we're going to call them, unhealed people, because it's a bunch of unhealed people. And people think the crazy part, a lot of unhealed people don't know that they unhealed. So one of the biggest things I need for you to understand about being a person that's on your healing journey, you still one of them unhealed people too, like I am. So we have to be aware that we still do things because we still healing, you know. So you can't beat yourself up if you find out that you did something that was unhealed. Because this is a process. That's what it's about. It's about learning how to become healed. It's about learning how to become better. And you can't be better if you can't mess up. Messing up is how you perfect your craft. Mistakes is how you learn. You know, that's a part of the process. As LeVar always say, trust the process. You know. So I give gratitude to everybody that watched and everybody that liked, everybody that hearted, everybody that, came on over here to YouTube. And I give gratitude. So this video here is called It's Your Time. And I just want you to keep in mind that it definitely is your time. So do your journey on your time. It's your journey. And it's your time. You decide when you gonna go on your journey. There are many different journeys. You got your weight loss journey. You got your eating healthy journey. You got your right now I am learning how to eat plant based. I am going on a learning how to eat plant based. Got oh man, I almost said look, I'm talking about goddess. Um yes, I'm putting together. I'm working right now behind the scenes with someone, my sis, cause we got something for y'all, cause I'm gonna take y'all on my journey, cause I am like a fish out of water when it comes to eating plant based food. Um, I have been on my yoga journey and also my exercise journey, which I said I'm gonna start. Well, I'm gonna do it on TikTok, but I'll put it up on YouTube. Actually, start doing some working out, some light workout, because I wanna really grow with my ministry, and it's about inspiring and motivating others. Helping people to learn these are journeys. And the reason I did the body sculpting journey, but that's what I call my workout, body sculpting, weightlifting, um, things like that. I didn't like, I'm mid age, right? 45. So you know how I'm 45. My body done shaped and shifted, and I'm looking like, wait, hold up. where, what is this? And why my arm look like that? And why my leg? Let me tighten up my legs. Let me, so now I'm on a journey instead of beating myself down, not liking myself, covering myself. Because, we do stuff like that. We don't like our arms. We'll wear long sleeve shirts. Not me. I am about to wear what I like and what I think is cute, but I'm going to work out. And I'm going to be true to my workout. I'm going to be true to what I eat. I'm going to be true to being consistent with it. Why? Because it's my job. If you don't like something in your life, it's your job to figure out what is the problem and solve it. You feel me? So, whatever it is, I don't care what it is. Anything that's going on in your life, you are the problem solver. So it don't matter what people talk about, because if it's a problem with you, you can change it. I don't care what people say. You can change anything about yourself when you're ready in your time, because it's your time. You feel me? It's your time at the Apollo. You feel me? It's your time. But okay, y'all, I'm really out. So I'm going to talk to y'all later. Peace.